Whenever I reflect on the seasons I have felt most stable and regulated, they usually take place as a result of my consistent, focused effort to feel good and to be intentional about the experience I'm creating for myself moment to moment. Today, I wanted to share some of the habits that help me arrive at a sense of calm excitement for life, or feeling like that girl connected to my essence. So when that time rolls around to kickstart some momentum in my life again, the first thing I usually do is clean my space, and I like to usually start externally and work my way in, but it should seriously be studied how much I get done when I have a face mask on, because I always just end up doing a little deep clean. And granted, right now I'm staying at my friend's off-grid, unfinished tiny house, so this is as clean as it gets, but by the time my face mask comes off, I'm usually feeling at least 2% better doing my skincare routine. And something that I love is putting on outfits that really get me in the mood to be excited about life and to be the main character. I really like wearing things that make me feel really comfortable in my body, so loose, cozy fabrics, and experimenting with my style. I've been loving wearing mini skirts and whatever little quirky things make me feel like an indie film character. I do truly adore it, and it definitely matches my energy. I, without fail though, every single day will put my jewelry on and put some sort of fragrance on. I usually use essential oils and I'll rub them all over my body, sometimes even in my hair, because it just makes any outfit feel a little bit more elevated. And I'm someone who has always loved maintaining an altar. I love honoring my ancestors on my altar and having a little space for prayer. It feels like a prayer portal for me, but since I've been traveling, I've had to get a little bit more creative, and something as simple as lighting white candles feels like a invitation to pray. But I also really like any ritual. Like every time I go into nature, I will befriend a tree and climb it. Anything done with intention can be a ritual, and when you're constantly creating new rituals, it helps you to be more present in your life. But something that has been extremely consistent for me lately is doing activations on Superhuman. I have always said this, but I love going for walks and dream casting and filling my body up with the energy of my dreams, which is exactly what these activations help me with. They are a groundbreaking new type of audio that are a mix between a motivational podcast, cinematic music, and a guided visualization, which just make me feel so excited about life, so on purpose, and aware of all the potential in me. I have seriously been addicted to doing a little audio every single day. It's been my ally in life if I need a pick-me-up in the afternoon, and I love using them for habit stacking. So while I'm waiting for public transport, or am needing inspiration for journaling, or even when I go to the library, just in any liminal space, they kind of up-level me and remind me of who I am. But right now, they are offering a 14-day completely free trial and over 60% off of your membership if you click the link in my description box below. I think that you guys will love them, and they just help to take you from where you are to where you want to be by just having these daily moment-to-moment mindset shifts and getting excited, saying thank you in advance for your dream reality. And it definitely has helped me feel more trusting of life and my purpose in it. But another way that I make space is by clearing out my desktop. These are the obscure things that I do that make me feel better. Just getting rid of any junk digitally or physically helps me to feel lighter moving through the world. It's like less responsibility to be thinking of. And when my desktop is cleared, I just feel good. I do the same with my camera roll. As someone who makes content, everything just kind of builds up. So I make space in every way. And I also will go through usually my suitcase since I've been traveling a lot, but I have this little drawer here and I donate clothes that I'm not really wearing or feeling excited about. And the last of my admin tasks is that I will make a playlist, because every time I'm having a good little season in life, it's usually when I have made a good playlist that I'm just jamming to. And I think that movement and dancing in general is something that just activates me and helps me take up space. But My favorite thing to do most days is completely log off of the internet in every way, completely unplug and detach myself from every known identity. When I'm in nature, it just reminds me that me existing as I am is enough. And I would always do this when I was in high school and would have anxiety attacks as I would just go to this one little river spot in my neighborhood and I would dance and stretch and talk to these deer that would walk by, and it made me so happy. It would really regulate me and I would leave the forest a completely different person at a completely different place inside of myself. It definitely really stuck, but I also think that nature is one of the few things in this life that helps us to reclaim our attention span and be bored with ourselves. There's not as much visceral stimulation, and it helps you to sort of fine tune your awareness in an easy, accessible, and free way. I think that being bored is something that we really rob ourselves of, and it is where most of my creative impulses come from, and where I source a lot of my confidence is just feeling into the raw, primal being that I am, knowing that I'm simply here just to have an experience, and a single interaction with the elements is powerful enough to bring me back to all of these simple truths. I'm really excited to share with you how I map out my manifestation journals. This is something I do every single time I get a new journal. I dedicate a few pages in the beginning to my manifestation visions. We are constantly planning our future with our thoughts, whether we're daydreaming, fantasizing, or worrying. We are planning for our future. I think it's Abraham Hicks who says that. But I like to have just such a crystal clear idea of where I want to go in life, because in a very pragmatic sense, I can plan for that and I can do one little thing every single day to anchor in these dreams and pinpoint me back. And every few pages I will focus on a different topic. So these first few are dedicated to my connection to nature because I want that to be my baseline in life. I usually only write in the manifestation part of my journal when I feel really connected, when I feel really trusting of life, and I have a sort of energetic clarity. That's when I like to write in here. I'll read a little bit. It's kind of random, but it makes me feel really good. And there is a lightness, not in the airy, whimsical sense, but in the way that my body doesn't feel heavy on my soul, nor my thoughts weighing down my mind. Everything is somehow held in neutrality, allowing time and space to be occupied the way a child would, in marveling wonder, finding excited curiosity where a story might have once been, and all the moving parts so fascinating and delightful. It's just about me returning to the witness. And I also was writing about my relationship to nature, how it started, how this love affair is continuing, and I will skip ahead. It's getting even deeper now. When I see green, I see perfect cycles of nature interconnected. I see medicine and history, culture preservation, and the potential for regeneration. A reciprocal relationship that is a responsibility to maintain. We take care of the earth, and the earth will take care of us. More than just basking, I am learning how to be a better guest and steward. I am learning more every day about growing food sustainably, the relationships between plants, and making healing medicines. Speaking the language of the earth provides me with a deep ancestral fulfillment. This is how I show my gratitude. And I like to write in an affirmation structure where instead of being like, one day I will do this or I will do that, it's I am learning every single day. I'm deepening my practice with this. I'm breathing into this feeling of peace rather than one day I hope I do or one day I hope I'm no longer afraid. It's every day I'm loving more authentically. And that little subtle shift really feels like you're calling upon what you want rather than lamenting what you don't. The way I love one thing is the way I love everything. One relationship inspires all the others. I welcome all the varying information on how to be a better lover. I have this little section on cutie little clothes and just romanticizing my life in this way. I wear clothes that make me feel like the main character in every one of my favorite indie films. I walk through the world feeling perfectly represented by my self-expression that tailors to my changing moods, getting excited to try new styles and sew my own unique pieces. I find myself dancing around in my room when I see my reflection and I feel like myself. The clothes I wear make me feel good in my body. Kind of random, but hey, if we're creating our dream reality, let's intentionally pick every single aspect of it. Another really fun way to manifest is to write a love letter to your future lover, to a future friend. And I started to do that with my best friends. I wrote in here, "Dear my trusted counsel, I can't tell you how many times I've thanked God for the blessing of your love. You are a home to me. In your warm embrace, in your honest expression, in our shared dreams, in our natural flow, I find myself touched by the universe, smitten with this love, a constant source of bravery to live fully. Thank you for understanding and accepting my unique psychosis. Somehow we are perfectly fit for one another." And I'll add to it once the inspiration really hits, because I want it to be real. This next page is all about friends. I have friends. And I love the images of friends like running or howling or dancing by the fire, because that is kind of what my friend group provides, is this feeling of wildness and belonging, and that love is a revolution, and it's just such a liberating feeling. And that's what these photos kind of encompass. And I find all these photos on Pinterest. Okay, we have the home section. Home means a lot to me because I grew up in a really unstable household. So when I get the opportunity to create a home, it's just going to mean so much. There is a sense of wanting to be present here and make something of the moment. My home is an extension of my soul. It's the birthplace of so many dreams and complete rapture for life. It supports all of my various interests, such as painting, sewing, cooking, martial arts, filming, loving, dancing, medicine making, reading, etc. My home is a love altar. I have always wanted this, and now it is here. I love this Ram Dass quote. I was no longer needing to be special because I was no longer so caught in my puny separateness that has to keep proving I was something. I was part of the universe, like a tree is, or like grass is, or like water is, like storms and roses. I was just part of it all. There's something about that that's like, just being here, that's enough. Like, there's no need to be anything different, to project any agenda. Like, just being part of the moving, growing nature of life is enough. So I wrote a little bit about my trust for the universe. I trust the unknowable path of my life because in every reflection of this grand unfolding, I see how perfectly the timing of every lesson and every grievance truly was, each season providing new tools of awareness for the next. As time has gone on, I understand that I'm not truly going anywhere, always existing within the paradigms of my mind. So my focus is on living in truth as frequently as possible and relinquishing the illusion. This looks like finding validation from God, resting more in the unchanging things, showing up to the objective witness, filling my life with reminders. The karmic practice of existing is like acting on a universal stage. At any point, the character may change, the set may be rearranged, the script rewritten. Ultimately, it is not so serious. And I really like the idea that we've also all played each other's role, but I'm going to expand on those thoughts in this page. And then I think this is, the last of what I have written into. Ever since I was little, I have wanted an art studio with all of the materials that I could have ever wanted. I was in art club when I was younger. I just loved making things with my hands. Having it all in one space is going to feel so good, but those are my manifestation pages in my journal. I also like sometimes painting on them, making them a little cute. Write about any area of your life that feels like a grievance or feels heavy. Think about the complete opposite. Think about the dream version of that and really breathe into it, speak into it, and maybe even find specific images that reflect that. And every single year when I look back on my journal, what I have written has come true. My dreams are a little bit more simple, and I know that I have all of these things already as a close friend group and moments in nature. And I feel like as my journals have evolved, I am writing more about the energetic feeling of completeness that I want to have with life, because there will always be something to desire and to yearn for, this unfulfilled longing, so long as we have an ego. Torturing myself less and suffering less through not attaching to things that change. I wrote that I want to rest into the unchanging places, stripping down life and letting myself be fulfilled from the most simple things, because I know that they're the most long-lasting and stable forms of love. That's a peek into my manifestation journal. There was honestly a lot more I wanted to share in this video, but I think I'll save that for next time. The last thing that I'll leave you with is to analyze what you feel like your mind focuses on most frequently, what disharmonious aspects of life you feel yourself lamenting, and try to find a solution or a system to not hit those same walls. Like, what new response could be implemented to create more ease here so that your mind can be focused on your daydreams instead, or focused on the sensuality of the moment. Maybe that alone is the solution, is drawing yourself back into how okay you are in this now moment. But thank you so much for being here and watching, and I'll see you in a video soon. Bye!